Hi there, Rowan Cox here, and welcome to this important video on how to easily increase your vocabulary when learning English. So there are 4 ways to do this. So step 1 or number 1 is most people, maybe everyone, including you feel you need more vocabulary to speak English better. Now, this is a little bit true. Of course, more vocabulary can help you speak English better, but it's not always true because right now I have been speaking for almost 1 minute and I haven't used any new words. You understand every word I have used. Therefore, you don't need more vocabulary to speak English better. The difference between me and you in saying all of these words is practice. That's it. So you actually need more practice than more words. But most people feel they need more vocabulary to speak English better. So, for example, this is a thesaurus. It's a little bit like a dictionary. So let's call it a dictionary. So if you picked up a dictionary and you read it, you have learned every single word in the English language. So by learning every word and then getting grammar books and learning every grammar rule, your English should be perfect, right? And in a way, that's what everyone does. It's focused on learning new words, sentences, phrases, idioms, and grammar rules, but people still struggle to actually speak English, right? And again, because there's no practice or little practice. So you actually need more practice than learning. So by reading a dictionary and grammar books doesn't really help you, believe it or not. So that is point number 1. And part of that is our brain is like a bucket with a little hole in it. So if we are not practicing all of the new words we learn, it's slowly going out of our brain and we're forgetting them, right? Even in your own language. Think about it. There are some words that, what was that word? There are words that you learned, but you have already forgotten. And there's only one reason. It's not getting old or that you're not smart enough. It's because you don't practice it. That's it. Just like any skill, learning a musical instrument, languages, sports, whatever it is. If you don't practice it, you won't continue to improve. Think of top sports people, let's say tennis. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Serena Williams, Naomi Osaka, Ash Barty. Do they, on their days off, do they learn textbooks on how to play tennis better? No, they go out and practice, right? So it's not about learning the technical skills in grammar books or textbooks on how to serve better or something. It's just about practice. They go out and practice. Now, they may have learned different techniques on volley or smash or lob or all these and serves, but that's not how they got to the best level of tennis, right? It's all about practice. So that's point number 1. Point number 2 is to walk around your house, okay? Walk around your house and look at your daily activities and see what you do on a regular basis. Anything that you do, try to think of the words or the sentences in English. So for example, let's say you drive to work. So you get in your car and you could say, I am getting in my car. You can even break it down more by saying, I have my car key. I'm putting the car key into the keyhole of the door to unlock the car. That's very advanced. That's very step by step. But in a lower level, I'm driving to work. Oh, it's a red light. I have to stop. It's a green light. I can go again. Oh, I'm looking out the window. There is a person walking their dog. the dog is on I don't know that word. You can look up the word, translate it. It's a leash, okay, or a lead, okay. Oh, the leaves are blowing. It is very windy outside. All of these things that you see every day, you could just try and translate them into English to help you practice the everyday words and phrases. So that's point number 2. Point number 3 is to transcribe. Transcribe means to write down all of the words you hear. So transcribe or translate, if it's a text, translate all of your conversations or chats. So look on your phone, look at the conversations you have been having, try and translate all of the conversation from your native language into English. Now, it's a long task, it takes a long time, but there are, I don't know exactly, I've heard there's like 400,000 words. Pardon me. I've heard there's about 400,000 words in the English language, right? But we only use about 2,000 on a day-to-day basis. 2,000 words is not a lot when you're using them every day. So look at your chats, translate them into English, then you will have basically all the words you ever need because they're the words you have used in your daily life. You don't need many more. And that's another point. So a bonus point here is the key is not to keep learning more words to speak English better. The key is to decide, do you need to learn that word or not? If you don't use that word in your native language, you won't use it in English. It's a waste of time if you try to learn it. Save time, don't waste time. So for example, maybe I don't like shopping very much. So I don't need to learn shopping-related vocabulary when I learn another language because I don't really use it in English. I don't go shopping often. I don't, the size, the measurements, the material, all these things. I don't need to learn that because I don't really have it in my own language. For you, it could be sport. You don't need to learn sport vocabulary or cooking vocabulary or religious vocabulary or political vocabulary. Whatever category you are not interested in, don't learn those words. It's a waste of time for you. So the last point number 4 in this series is and I've been already saying this basically, you need native speakers to practice with. You need someone to practice with, but a native English speaker will correct your mistakes and teach you new vocabulary that is important to you. So let's say you have a friend. Let's say you're in China. So you're in China, you have a friend who's also in China, 2 Chinese people, practicing English. Great idea. But because you're about the same level, you're both learning, you can't teach each other words or correct your mistakes correctly all the time. It will help. It will help a lot. Any practice will help. But that's why you need a native speaker to teach you more vocabulary, to improve your pronunciation, to improve your grammar, to correct your grammar mistakes, to correct all mistakes. And that's why you need a native speaker. So you can choose any native speaker, of course. But I have been teaching English online for 20 years. And right now I'm offering trial lessons. So if you want to take a trial lesson with me, practice your English, I can correct your mistakes, teach you some new vocabulary, show you your weak points and give you some strong points, send me a private message, or click the link in the description and check out the page where I'll give you a trial lesson, okay? So I'll see you there. Thanks for your time.